We're almost at home stretch. We are now at video number 7 in this Sign of the Times super deluxe review series that we're doing. This time we're talking about the Live at Paisley Park New Year's Eve DVD. Let's do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Prince's Friend, exploring music through Prince. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you always know when Prince's Friend releases a new video, and consider becoming a YouTube member or patron. Links for that down in the description. So here we are at number 7, and I told you this would be 8 videos, which means the next video will be the conclusion. But this one was a super fun one because I've actually watched the DVD a couple of times, but I went ahead and watched it one more time just a couple of days ago, made lots of notes, and I really wanted to take some time and not just enjoy the music, but really listen to it and watch the stage and watch the camera work and be able to, really kind of give my opinion on the whole DVD as a whole. So obviously, big things about the DVD are that it's in 4:3, so it's in standard definition. They didn't try to HD it or zoom it in or anything, which I appreciate. If anybody has seen the Buffy the Vampire Slayer HD, releases, they've pretty much screwed up everything in those, remasters and whatnot. So, kind of happy that they didn't try to do that with a Prince concert. What I'll also say is that most of my complaints about the live and Uprecht CD do not exist here. There is no bad balancing of the instruments. You can hear everything clear, and I have no issues with any of that. Prince really did a great job here, and what I noticed a lot with the camera work is that they were doing a lot of really tight shots on Prince at the beginning, and then as the concert went on, they did more and more wide shots, and then near the end it was more wide shots and then also including the audience. So I kind of dig that. It's almost like you start off very myopic and then you're kind of widening out as the concert goes, and not in like a solitary way. They had lots of different cameras doing different angles and stuff, but just the amount and the quantity of types of shots I noticed changed throughout the concert, which honestly tells me that I don't know, I don't remember if this one was released on DVD. I don't believe it was, but it almost feels like it was shot to be released on DVD, which was good. What the bad part, though, is that there were definitely some spots where the energy seemed low, and you could tell that it felt like the band was like, we've been touring for months and now we're home, and you're like, hey, let's do it again at home. I thought when I was home I wouldn't have to do this. But I don't know, it's how it felt, but I don't know how true it is. I haven't asked anybody about it. So anyway, I did want to go through just kind of the list of songs and kind of give you my immediate reactions while I was watching it for, again, the 4th or 5th time or whatever. The time that I was watching it and I was sitting there ready to make notes. And just to make it fun, I'm actually just going to read you exactly what my notes say and then, I guess, react to myself because I don't actually remember what I wrote. So, I wrote, overall, sound is balanced way better than the CD. Every instrument, every voice is clear. Also, overall, is that it's very clear that Prince is not wearing underwear for about the first 2/3 of this concert. And it's funny because it's not something that I look for, but it was also something that you could not miss if you were watching this concert. It is just everywhere. Going into the songs now, I have Sign of the Times. I love the direction of this song. It's a tight shot on Prince, and he sounds great. It occasionally goes a little wide to fit Cat in, but then always cuts back to Prince. Even when the drummers come in at the end, they kind of stick to the tight shot. It actually probably would have been a good time for them to kind of pull out at that point, so we could see all of the other band members on stage with the drums and stuff, but they really kind of kept it tight. I think that possibly, I don't know, maybe some of the cameramen were late So they were like, oh, we only have this one camera for the first song. We got to wait till Jim shows up. Who knows, you know. Then Playing the Sunshine comes out. I wrote energetic, well executed, primo. I was digging Cat coming out and dancing and then slinking away like a pro. It was cool. Yes. Oh my gosh. That is actually something that I really dug, because they would just be doing a song and they'd be dancing and whatnot. And then Cat would just be like, bam, 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 bam. I did awesome dance moves. And then she would just go. And she did that through the whole concert. It was never like, she was never there to try and steal the spotlight. She was there to enhance a certain moment in certain songs. And she came out and she did her job. And then she went back to her place next to Wally and Brooks over on the side. And I dig that. Like, there was no showboating or anything. I dug that a lot. Little Red Corvette, I love the additional piano accents in this version. We also got to see more of the marching and stuff that the movie kind of glossed over, they were marching in the movie, but you didn't really get to see it because it was a bunch of like scenes over each other and kind of going and showing you the electric ball and everything all at the same time until he said, shut up already, so it was interesting though. I kind of dug it. But instead of going right into Housequake, instead this concert goes into a Erotic City. And what I wrote here is that the long intro was okay. Overall, the song seemed to take away some of the energy that had built up. And I still stand by that, actually. It definitely added some interesting, sexiness to it, with like Prince and Kat and Sheila all kind of like bumping and grinding on the stage. And I thought that it added some interesting things. But I think actually as a whole, if I'm listening to these songs, you have Sign of the Times, which is kind of like low key. Then you have Playing the Sunshine, which is like up here energy wise. Then you have Little Red Corvette, which brings it down. And then you bring it down again kind of with Erotic City. And then you go into Housequake. But I think at this point in a concert, I think we needed another up. We were kind of going down and we were staying down, and it kind of messed with the energy flow. That's just my own personal opinion, just on the set list, I guess. Then I go Housequake, Return to Energy, wonderful rendition. I love to see the whole band doing it in perfect unison. Yes, that was the thing. Not only was like everybody in perfect unison, no one was off. I loved that. But what I also noticed is that Prince was just running back and forth, and he was doing the Housequake while he was running back and forth. So he'd be like, and I was like, whoa, dude. Like, I was like, that was like wonderful athleticism that Prince was showing. I just loved it. I loved it a lot. Then we go from Slow Love into Adore. And I actually loved hearing Adore live. I don't think I had really ever heard him do it live, because he didn't do it at the concert I was at. And most other concerts, like, he kind of just leaves it off. Like, I don't know, it's weird. But I also recognize why it was left off. Again, on stage, it does kind of drag the energy level down. Interesting, since it's not what I would have expected. And that's true. I was expecting Adore to come on and like it would just bring the house down and everybody would be into it. But I don't know, it really seemed like, again, we were really kind of staying in this kind of low key thing. We've only had 2 upbeat songs out of like 7. And yeah, I mean, I guess it's good because you start off low and then you build up momentum as you go. And I think, songs like Playing the Sunshine and Housequake work really well. And Slow Love didn't take up too much time until Prince went into Adore, so I was okay with that. But I did dig it. I loved it live. But I think it probably could have just been placed better in the set list. Then we get into I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man. And I wrote, great song as always, but felt a little low energy. And then Kat danced at the end, and I liked that. And that is actually what happened. Honestly, even for this song, it's not, I would say it's on the upbeat end, but it just felt, it felt slower. I don't know if they messed with the timing or whatever, but it didn't feel as high energy as it normally does. Then they did Let's Pretend We're Married, which I thought was really cool. But one of the fun things about it was that the intro to it was a little long, but then what Prince was doing was saying, "Hey baby, you want to play a game?" And then he started just listing off names of board games. So you want to play Monopoly? You want to play Operation? And I, as a game designer and board game person, like it's just I laughed out loud. It was hilarious to me. Then from there, they went to Delirious and then into Jack You Off. And then they used that to then launch into the band instrumentals. So instead of like having a whole other song or, you know, just having just instrumentals, they brought it in with an earlier hit, which I thought that was actually way better. And I think that they should have just done that for every one of the shows, because now I've heard a collection of different shows, but this one is the first one that they did that at. Then they went into Hot Thing. I wrote Hot Thing was electric, and I loved seeing Prince chasing Kat on stage and hitting her with the skirt. So there's the part of the Hot Thing song where Prince slides under Kat's legs and like grabs her skirt, and she like stands there acting, "Oh my god, I can't believe you dragged my skirt off," which, you know, we see that in the movie too, and it's like it's an electric, like high energy moment. But on this version, not only that, but then he like started chasing her and like hitting he was like hitting her with the skirt. And I was like, what is happening here? I found it to be quite hilarious. Then they did If I Was Your Girlfriend, and it was pretty similar to other versions that we've heard live of If I Was Your Girlfriend, but they did a slow build into the song that I wrote that was good. I enjoyed the slow build of the song before Prince starts singing, so definitely that was really good. Let's Go Crazy, I wrote, you know, I knocked Let's Go Crazy on the live CD, but here it works pretty darn well. Why? I have no clue. It's a feeling, and here it feels great. I think also he seemed to be really having a lot of fun with it. And there's a part where he's like singing the "Go Go Crazy," and he's just "Go Go Crazy, Go Go Crazy, Go Go Crazy," and he's singing it lower and lower, which I found pretty funny. And like again, it seemed like everybody was having a fun time with it, which I dug. When Doves Cry, same thing. I wrote, this performance of these older songs are really great here. Seems like perhaps they were just not vibing together on the CD. So it could have been like, I even said like the issue that I had with and the thing that I loved about It's Gonna Be a Beautiful Night is that it almost sounded punitive, like he was fighting with the band, so he was making them run circles around and everything. So it didn't feel like that on this one. It felt like everybody was just having a fun time. So maybe that's why some of these songs kind of just jive a little bit better. Then I wrote Purple Rain into Old Lang Syne. Which, you know, that's the "May Old Acquaintance Be Forgot," you know, that song. It was an interesting mix of Purple Rain and that song. I wasn't expecting it. It was really, really good. It was good, but weird. Which is exactly what I wrote. Then we get into 1999. And I say 1999 was about the same as the other live performances of it. It was okay. I did love the "Got a Line in My Pocket and Her Name is Bonnie B" line. I actually really did dig that. And then you heard Bonnie go like, "Ah!" You know, it was like, yes. I was like, yes, Bonnie, you get it. So I thought that was really cool. Then they did You Got the Look, which was weird because it was not energetic at all. What I wrote here is that I was hoping for it to be energetic, but it was not, sadly. They seem to be having fun with it, though. Could this be why they used the music video in the movie instead? But I will point out, though, that even though I said that, the guitar work on stage was immaculate. Like, it was a really, really great song. Prince did a great job with the guitar portion of it. But I think the song overall, it just didn't necessarily work in this venue. Of course, we're also talking like we're at the tail end of the concert, so it could just be everybody was freaking tired. And then they end with It's Gonna Be a Beautiful Night. And unlike the other It's Gonna Be a Beautiful Night, which is an astounding like 10 or 11 minutes, or the live CD one, which is, I believe, like 15 minutes, this one is like more like 25, almost 30 minutes. And it kind of goes into a bunch of different directions, and it has a bunch of like low points and high points. It's almost like this one song was a concert unto itself, which was like, what? He's still going with this song? It is crazy. What I wrote here is overall really fun. Sheila seemed like she was way out of energy, and that is for real. Like, she got up on stage, and when you got to like her rap part, like she was like, what are the words? Okay, let me get back to the drums now. So it felt like she was done. It felt like she was done with it. I also wrote here that Miles Davis added nothing, and you know what? Some people might be mad about that. I will stand by that. It's awesome. Like, Miles Davis is a legend. He's a music legend. He deserves his status and everything. But he got up on stage, and it seemed like the band was waiting for him to do something. And he was like, and like, you even saw, it was weird because, like, you know, like Prince and Cat would be like, just, but you know, and like, but he wasn't doing anything. They were just trying to keep the energy up. But it was just not, I didn't like it. I didn't like Miles Davis on there. I suck. It's probably just me. But that's my personal opinion. Then, of course, they added Chain of Fools in there. And again, that's what I'm saying. Like, they had like 8 songs within this one song. And it was Bonnie singing Chain of Fools, which was really good because Bonnie could blow. It's just really super long, but at no point except for the Miles Davis part did it feel unnecessarily long. It just felt like one big old party. And Prince the whole time was just like, thank you, and then would pretend to leave and be like, oh, psych, we ain't leaving, and then like just go more. And you know, there was even one part where he's just like, oh, you want us to keep going? You asking for a lot for $200. So I mean, it's the concert as a whole was just really, really, really fun. And again, the set list was a little weird. It felt low energy at times when it really should have been high energy. And, you know, near the end, it felt like a couple of the people were getting really tired. But I would say on the whole, still super enjoyable. And I enjoyed it a lot. I want to know what you guys think, though. Let me know about your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you for listening to me read my notes that I made while I watched it the last time. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you always know when we release another video. On that bell, don't forget to hit all videos, not just some videos. Otherwise, you'll miss some. If you want to support the channel, also don't forget to check into becoming either a patron or a YouTube member. That helps out the channel a lot. And otherwise, may you live to see the dawn. I love you all. I'll see you in the next video, and we'll finish this thing.